Well, it's sure looking like $1 on the way, and maybe that's even the case by the time this video comes out. Obviously, there's no guarantees. Nobody knows what's going to happen for sure. But what we're seeing right now is a very distinct trend regarding ADA and many others in the crypto market. We're at this point of decision for altcoins like we were talking about yesterday. And what we're actually seeing from something else is a suggestion that this is all just beginning. And I want to talk about that and more with you guys in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So it's still pretty early on in the day. US money has not woke up yet. Obviously, like I've talked about many times before, I film most of my videos in the morning. Today, I actually have a crazy busy day. I'm working outside of here, outside of the businesses that I have my 9 to 5 as well. My kids have a big soccer tournament going on as well. So I'm gonna try to watch the charts and report as much as I can. But I will say we're at a point of decision for the market. You know, when we're looking at this total 3, like we were looking at yesterday, we're at this point of breakout. We're sitting right on the edge of a new all-time high. And again, this is like we talked about, where all coins could get either that rejection and push down or that extension to the upside. But there are some things suggesting that we're just getting into the swing of this move. Now, I will say that, again, there's a lot of FOMO and excitement behind this move. And this is exactly what we were talking about. If you guys remember, I did that video back on like August 25th or something like that. It was a few weeks back. It was on that bloody red Monday, and people thought I was crazy for saying, you know, we're prepping for a $1 push and it's probably going to happen in less than 30 days. And what we've basically run out of is people in the market to try to push things down. All right. I'm not saying that they're not, you know, that there's nobody. I'm not saying that there's not going to be profit taking or that, you know, big exchanges or entities might not manipulate the market. They definitely will try to. But if you can get retail to move a certain direction, if you can get the FOMO to ensue, a lot of times it's really hard to stop. And we're again at the point one, when we look at USDT dominance, where a lot of this capital still hasn't even entered the market yet. But 2, when we're actually looking at this BTC US 500 chart, which is a great signal of extensions, we haven't even broken all of the moving averages yet. We are just getting into the swing of these moves. And if you guys remember, a lot of these have been major reversals in the crypto market. For example, back here in the early part of April, that was a major reversal that took place, extension in the BTC US 500 chart. If we take a look back here in October of 2024, take a look back here in February of 2024. I mean, so you guys can track this time and time again. But we're also seeing right now is the total, should have had this pulled up, total 3 US 500 chart doing the same thing. This has actually brought us to the highest level versus the US 500 since all the way back here in January. So if you haven't noticed, a lot of things are getting to the point of January. And the reason why is we're starting to see some similar trend shifts to what we saw last fall. And it's sucked. It's been a long year, but we're finally about at that point where the market is really starting to understand where things are heading. In fact, when we look at things like, you know, ADA dominance, we've had a strong bounce off of our trend there. We're hitting some of the highest levels we have seen since the later part of August, which is a great sign. The ADA BTC chart actually broke this trend here. We're actually on the verge of potentially setting a higher high. Again, some of the highest levels we've seen since all the way back in March. On the ADA Ethereum chart, again, we're setting higher lows and higher lows and higher lows. So again, like we were talking about yesterday, in terms of phase 3 potentially beginning, this is exactly what we need to see. Can't complain about any of it. That's really all I wanted to talk about in this video. We have major indications that this is all just beginning, that we're sitting here still even at the foothills of a much bigger move. Now, obviously people can do whatever they want. Me personally, I'm not chasing price here. I'm just sitting, watching, waiting patiently, and we'll see how much FOMO extends price. If this again is something that continues through the weekend, is it something that even in the early part of the week can cause us to get a bit of a move here? I will say if we get to next week and we get to our FOMC meeting, it concludes, and they do a 50 basis point decrease, I think that's going to be huge for the markets. All right. That's just my thoughts personally. We'll see if the market agrees, if that does in fact take place, but that's kind of where we're at, guys. I appreciate you as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.